Good evening and welcome to yet another exciting episode here Northwest today, where we get to tell you the account of province in Yarona. It may be over the weekend, it may be today, but as long as it's Bupirima. Lina Laga Kenya Kalumusala, making my co-host Ananias Ndlovu.
Thank you. Jaga Tlamsitse, my name is Ananias Ndlovu. Kemande herkopane gape mo ileng gore re tlile go sekaseka dikgang tse di diragetseng mo porofenseng eno ya rona bokone bophirima mo kutlong jwa beke le malatsi le the last 24 hours.
Yes, and let's just get right into it. We have a very interesting a case of intimidation in the Northwest Provincial Government against the Northwest Business Forum. So what happened? Can I just get from you, Jorge? What do you understand about the tender process?
Yeah, the tender processes, we know in South Africa we came up with the name tender premiers. The tender rights or high tender it's just a capitality so me babata ho supply code ka di buka me ba tsaya ba etsa a tender process ba etsa ba tshwanetse advertising e be we go gore ba ga itse gore ba tla company e khonang gore tisetsa di buka mo dikolong tsa boko di bophirima tsotlhe me to bana di companies ba tla ba fa a tender document and more in the specifics gore re batla di buka ding di diluwe kae yang e be normal go ba le di briefing okay all companies ba ding interested ba tla ba bolella gore re tlhoka eng me you must comply gona dilo tse di tse ba o rate ka tsona ba ka go bolella 80% the price ba ka bolella 20% the BEE ba ka go 20% ke another thing locality di a differ ka gore di tender tse di tsamaya me se tlhokegang fela gore gona le a tender process where a team and after all those documents are submitted then ba check ke mang go ya ka discourse tsa tender gore ke mang I don't ba ba pitileng a win tender then ba announce as an official winner at that tender.
So what's interesting enough is that we had 30 members by Northwest Business Forum Baba storming into the office, Go Human Settlements, Go Mafikeng. They stormed into the office demanding that they be awarded the tender. They went to an extent of threatening the administrator, Samuel Tubakale, the director, as well as the staff members, threatening their life. So a case of intimidation. In the office, they had to be removed. Police members had to be called in, and then they had to be removed out of the office. But what I can say is that a case intimidation has been opened against these 30 members.
Go tla gakologelwa gore ile tlae ga se la ntla e diragala mo kgweding tse pedi tse di fetileng re bone se se diragala go lefapheng la ga e sa le kata ga jana ila doing arts and culture mo e leng gore go na le an event e tshwarwang mo go le ngwaga mo bokone bophirima mahikabaki e leng gore re bone ka tender processes tsa teng le ona ba bile le matsapa a mo e leng gore re bone batho ba e leng gore it was a group ba ba tseneng ka briefing ya the tender me ba tsaya all documents ka gore le one go butse case ba tsere all the documents tse le gore ba ne ba tenderile ka tsona me se se tlhalositswe gore fela se tlhopha seo ba ne ba tlhalosa gore ba ne ba batla gore tender process se ba buleng ba tshwanetse be open to to batho ba mafikeng fela. One of the demands tsa bona ka gore le mahika maikeng. So re bone that tender ya mahika maikeng e advertisiwa e be withdrawiwa ya be advertisiwa gape. So ke mathata a leng teng mo bokone bophirima. Me ga nka tlhalosa sengwe fela for the benefit of our listeners, of our viewers at home, ke gore if you check kgajana di tender tsa rona mo around the country, they are politicized. So we know gore ka tender processes ga gona MEC, ga gona premier, ga gona executive mayor, ga gona mayor, ga gona any politician o tshwanetseng a site mo tender board or mo tender committee. Me re bona gore ba itse gore ga Ananias Ndlovile majoro wa Nyakalo local municipality, then ba itse gore no tender ke a rona. So gona le this thing ya gore ga re ntse re tsamaya le ba bega dikgang some of the comments said it fitela gore you get people say the tender if you are batho ba go Limpopo, the tender if you are batho ba go Gauteng, rona batho ba province ga re created, so it causes so much thing. And we have to certain part in the last RK practical fifth administration. By the benefit certain companies. Then for the sixth administration, ba check a no ba cancel the tender go nelwa batho ba ba maranya ka lo PTYLT di khale intse fitlela di tender e lo ka re tshwanetse re ba tlisise me ba Bible go to Guyana, but Ananias Ndlovu enterprise by Tenyamo. So it causes confusion and so many anxiety in our communities. Make it Salamora for the Santer Moyona, you can wake it to Meleting Hojo Treasury on Memosa, Kohore Mudalipule Hosh. MEC wa treasury bo kone bo phirima o tla lesitse gore ba startile ile mo beking e fetsong go feta ba ne ba starta batho ba supply chain management. But wa supply chain management ke bona ba ileng gore ba controller those tenders, ke bona ba invite amantsha the bid for tendering, ke bona ba itsa me ba tlhalositse gore gona le dilo di dintse tse leng gore di a direga go supply chain tse leng gore ga di itumedise. Number 1 go patela the SMMEs after swag. That's one of the issues. Me into supply chain management forum. All supply chain practitioners from various departments, various municipalities, various entities, the government, they come together, they sit down and discuss those challenges. So one of the processes that they are discussed when something to flow smoothly. So let's hope this thing, supply chain management forum, still 18-month program is 59 practitioners attending. So they are retraining them. A recommendation here, National Treasury. Or if I identify this problem, National Treasury. Let's train 59 of them. They are undergoing the training as we speak.
Which is very good, I think. I think it would also give most of our municipalities building audits and those kind of things, so that probably maybe these alleged corruption activities would minimize.
Yeah, speaking about that, there's the most Bojana district local municipality. Drama high fail. No, drama high fail go mas pale Bojana. Robonimo begging a sort of feta ho, bane baleka ho tsuba maspa. Baba stopile maspalo sanzole te gawa tsubi. But the fact elong gore ke batla re bue ka yona nna le wena ke gore go tsene 134 million mo accountong ya Bojana e leng gore e ne se ya bona. It does meant for Rustenburg local municipality. So ka mistake ya tsena ko Bojana la e be ba idirisa ga ba se idirisa treasury be tlhoka madi a go baekere re kopa madi a rona baekere a busetse ko masepaleng o siameng but ba fitlela gore go setse go dirisitse nngwe ya madi ao mme se re se utlwile gore ba botsisitse CFO ba botsa gape le municipal manager for what happened to this amount 134 million it's in the municipal services already couldn't account for it.
But what is interesting in this whole thing is that the money, the 134 million rand, was actually the department human settlement. So they transfer this chelede to Bojanala municipality. And then they say to the municipality, the district municipality, because they really pause so go account instead Rustenburg local municipality can then transfer the funds to Rustenburg local municipality, which is also confusing for us, because as far as I understand, Bojanala Platinum District is not a transferring municipality, so the funds would not be transferred go Masipala wa Rustenburg. They would rather have to be taken back, and then the human settlements can then take the funds straight to Rustenburg local municipality. But what is interesting also is that Chelede Khale is saying, why is it only now, a few months later, the money was supposed to have been traced back, to be transferred back. Why is it only now when the department is wanting back the money? Why is it only now?
Why now?
Why now? and also remember, so these monies, like, we don't know what happened to the money. Like you say, the CFO cannot account, the municipal manager cannot account. We don't know what happened to it. But it's interesting, they cannot account, and yet the employees are going without salaries for Mahai. One of the reasons why I understand is that the garage went up in flames because of this, because they were not paid their September salaries. From the pictures that we saw also is that the garbage council chambers.
Hey, we never go for a sanka monati kako latletse dilo di le dintsi ka go Masipaleng making claim when for tadere setse morago ya go Bojanala Platinum District Municipality. We know one thing gore ya makatsa Masipala wa Bojanala, it was one of the smoothly run municipalities in the province ga rona go gopola le Masipala le gore o khona go fitlela unqualified report go tswa go batho ba auditor general me ra ipotsa gore go diragalang ka go Masipaleng politics.
Yeah, you can never know, you can never say you know enough that politics, because once this happens, then something just turns around. You can't say you are perfect in politics, because once you get too comfortable, then something happens just to hosting everything that
maybe go ka ba le solution mo pholotlo jobe ke ba sanko right sanko ke mokgatlo wa baagi bana ba le ka go jobe tina ka go club ba launcha bua moagi ba re moagi is a program leng gore tshwanetse baagi ba ntshe di grievances tsa bo baagi ba bue when it comes to service delivery. So sanko it's the same ba tlotsa all districts, all municipalities, all villages, all townships, all small dorpies. But tlhalosa gore bua mogai bua if you not the problem of service delivery bua then ba khona go challenge this service delivery at all.
But I mean, service delivery challenge is not a new thing. It's I mean, we've had the challenge, I think everybody in not only in the northwest but across the country, where we have lack of the service delivery tse leng gore di poor. It's not a new thing. I'm just interested to see bona what is the difference that they're going to make once moagi a bua le bona and express the dilo tsa bona go bona.
We'll see. Re tla bona re tla sala morago khange ya bua mogai o bua moagi ya sanko.
Yeah. And then we also have an interesting it's coming, it's the end of the year now. I know you have children. You have a child in matric. Not yet, okay.
Now you're exposing my age.
So the exams, they're just about to start.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
And MEC, or Education Northwest, was more beginning from confident for go school on Tsukulu High School, Tsukulu Secondary now. Another good thing, she was those programs said by to study hard. This is now it's the end now, thing and whatnot. But what we have come to see now is one school that went up in flames. Well, not necessarily the whole school, but a classroom and an office went up in flames. Go Hopefully Telereville, Lina School again, Lesedi Secondary School. It went up in flame, and I'm just interested to know how big the damage is. Is it going to affect the exam now? Baithuti ba tla kgona go berekisa other classrooms for the exam tsa bona, you know.
Ya ke kgang e leng gore e utlwisa botlhoko ka this period, but ra itse gore me Wendy Matsumele e leng gore ke ena MEC wa education mo province ya Bokone Bophirima gore tla tsa tsona le tsega di tlogele fela. Me se ke se itseng fela gore ba tlhalositse ba lefapha gore they will make sure bona as the department gore matric results this year they are better than before. But Free State, Gauteng, Western Cape, beyond. Matsumele is back. Ke se na tlhalosa kana bua mo ntleng me ga o leba se se diragetseng ka ngwaga tse di fetileng gore province no host ne kgona go tshwara position 2.
Yes.
Me ga jana e mo position e leng gore e go moragonyana, but se ke itumeletseng gore I can confirm gore 39,954 learners ba ile go kwala matric, ba ile gore 33,040 ke full time, 6,940 ke part time, and mo e leng gore go tla be gona le the 16 marking centers. Me Matsumele o ile guys beyond from the 23 October to 28 November, put up matric results, but 81.1% they won in last year. Never again.
It's actually matric examinations. On that note, can we take a break? We'll be back just after the break. Stay tuned, more New Inferno Television.
Welcome back, New Infinity TV. We said it before, but this is something we have never seen before in the Northwest Province. The New Infinity TV. The idea television mo cell phone everywhere. So what we are saying, you can watch New Infinity TV
remember we download on Google Play Store on your Android phone, and then you can play it anytime, anywhere, as long as you have you have a compatible phone.
And something said interesting. People can go to our YouTube channel, a New Infinity TV. There's a video, a story, a documentary, something we did on Friday a week ago. Was it on Friday or Thursday?
It was on Thursday.
Yeah, it was on Thursday. Councilor Mpokuno ha tlhalosa re rona re itse khantsepedi kgang ya Khani le Basetsana. Me there is another incident gape e tsagetse.
Yes.
Mo e leng gore go na le mme e leng gore o ne a tlhaselwa ke moruti. Me moruti o na mo tshela ka ya kereke. Me o a tlhokofala letsatsi mo la go tiragalo eo. So ga se Khani le Basetsana fela ba e leng gore re bone boitekong le eme ka dinao go kutlong jono jwa beke. So it's another incident le gore mayara o ikgadile ka mafoko a bogale. Me re bone batho ba leng ba le ka mo re Chaukelena Hlomane Chaukelena o kgadile ka mafoko a bogale. Re bone o emelang Women's League mo prophecy mo bojanala me ba se le go rena khala ka ke ne ke ga o sa bona ya go New Inferno YouTube channel o tla bona kgang eo me ke kgang e leng gore ga itumedise right ke se dire gatseng ba me Basetsana le me Khani e leng gore ba le ba tlhaselwa ba bona ba ke ba lekane ba bona.
One of the interesting things saying gore Majoro there was a speaker before him who said that
from Suicide Squad.
From Suicide Squad. The name, she went by the name of Miss Petty, if I'm not mistaken, if I still remember correctly. So what I liked about what the mayor said, it does not give anyone a right to abuse women, to kill a woman, whether to slap them or to do, as long as it's abuse. There is no reason for any woman or child to be abused, to be killed, because rather just walk away until when you have calmed down. And also an interesting thing that came out there, when they go to police station, bana le problem police station, can you solve this amongst yourself? This is family, try to solve it amongst yourselves. No, this should not be what then they must get the help that they need. On a lighter note, Randlow House Friday, the World Food Day, you enjoyed it?
Yes, we did. It was very, very, very enjoyable an event to be. Yeah, re tumetse thata gape re le go mo motseng mongwe ka go Ntswana limits. Moses Scotland local municipality. I must be honest, it was for the first time I went to that village in Ntswana limits. What a beautiful name. Ntswana limits. How say it ikokai ke site tsa bo Matlhabe. Mo prophecy o feta bo kaya kulu ke site tsa kaya kulu ka ba me re tla etsa tselele se ke se bone ka go se se itumedisitseng thata re bone ba department ya agriculture and rural development ba itse pele ke mokudutamaga wa bona yo ke tsile ke re mo tla pele go check ibile una ka go ke Medes bo mo hono Medes bo mo hono motse o each and every village bana ba efa ditlhare tse pedi tsa maungo each and every yard jarta ngwe le jarta ngwe le ngwe ba efile ditlhare tse pedi tsa maungo they encouraging for re start go jala ditlhare tsa maungo Medes bo mo hono o na a gatella ka kutlo botlhoko for guys Northwest is a rural province. Re tumme thata ka agriculture. But why go sana le batho ba yang go malapeng ba bala ka tlala. So if you are how go jadwe di cabbage, go jadwe di tamati. How sana di cho o potela ka kumora go ga ntlu ka kwa bontse spinach go apa. You don't have for how to catch le to botlo ke le dijo. So as a rural re bile ka yona ntlai gore gona le mo di jarete di le dintsi go na le space. So the department there, agriculture and rural development, Balika, Hotalosa, this thing, guys, please utilize that space for the thing. Maybe start about okay, but for the carrots, different things, carrots also on the body mango, body grapes, the barbecues, various fruits.
Did you get it to yourself? It's also very interesting because this week we are celebrating National Nutrition and Obesity Week. It's a week in awareness, like we're saying, nutrition where we encourage you about budget nutrition, but avoid the process. By processed foods we mean the label what we normally call French bologna. You know, the cheesy one of the cheese slices they are highly processed, so they're not very good for us. They would rather buy the hard cheese, which is the Gouda cheese or the cheddar cheese, but in a very hard form. Also, ba rotloetsa baagi kgotsa batho gore ga o tsamaile o le go lebenkeleng o reka dijo o lebelle the first 3 ingredients. So high salt and saturated fats le sugar. That content inside whatever it is that you be buying. So we'd rather because ba celebrate making eating whole food a way of life. So you must eat whole food like a vegetable, the fruits. Also you must try as well to minimize the processed foods like we said, and as well as eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, usually dry beans, the peas, the lentils as well. Avoid hojana maenzi, especially red meat. I know how you love your red meat. I know how you love salt. Can you try to also put the salt intake as well?
Yeah, no. The whole week nutrition. Exercise.
Yeah.
Exercise, man. But the professionals. But exercise 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. That's how we come to the end, Northwest today. We are very thankful that you tuned us, you chose to watch us. That is how we come to it. And next up we have Bokoni Jobukoni Pirima, where we unleash a talent Bokoni Bupirima.
Guess who's coming up?
Guess who's coming? Can we not tell them? And rather stay tuned.
But just watch Bokoni Jobukoni Bupirim and see who's coming up. You'll never regret this.
From myself, Nyakalo Musala.
Lena Nania Sendlovu.
Good night.
Salansit.